the Russians hacked the banking system or whatever, and we have to come out with a new currency, but don't worry about it. You get your money back. They want to know every penny that we spent, where we spent it, what we spent it on, so they could get all the tax dollars they could get from us, know everything that we're doing, and make more money off us through the big corporations as they give them all the data that they have all about us. So they're going to be doing this. This is going to happen.
Right.
And it's just a matter of time as I see it.
So how do we protect it? You put your money outside of the system. That's the only way to do it. And you set yourself up to be as independent and self-sufficient inside of community. Community is, in my opinion, the single most important thing, because one person cannot do it, but together we are a whole lot stronger than we would otherwise be. But I'm not dependent upon the system. If everything shuts down tomorrow, I'm good. I've got food, water, energy, security, barterability, wealth preservation, community, and shelter. I've got all those key elements to sustain a reasonable standard of living. And you and your sister are always invited, by the way, Gerald.
Thank you. You know, you could do all you want, and it's great what you're doing, but there's another little thing going on right now. It was just reported that a drone strike hit the Kremlin.
Right.
And they're trying to assassinate Putin. I was out with somebody. That was reported on Wednesday. It happened on Tuesday. I was out with someone who's very connected for lunch on Sunday. And he said to me, we just found out that a drone strike hit the Kremlin. They're trying to assassinate Putin. This is Sunday. I said, I didn't hear anything about this. I said, I go to TASS, RT, Sputnik. I go all over. He said, it happened. I said, it's not. He said, I'm telling you it happened. Somebody told me this on Sunday. It was reported on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you have all of these things going on. One of my sayings, only by the facts, is that when all else fails, they take you to war.
100%.
What followed the Great Depression? Oh, World War II. What followed the dot-com bust? Oh, the war on terror. Right now, Biden's, according to Gallup, his poll ratings are at the lowest ever. When all else fails, they take you to war. Suppose we were doing this interview and we talked about a drone strike on the White House. Oh my God! Drone strike on the Kremlin, who gives a damn?
Right.
They're going to get us. I am very concerned, as is Scott Ritter and a number of others, of a nuclear exchange. And we have to understand that we have maniacal, evil people in charge.
Yes, that's a fact.
God bless America. What God blesses wars? What God are you talking about? World War II isn't ancient history.
Nope.
World War I is not ancient history.
Nope.
Europe was destroyed, countless scores of millions of people killed, cities demolished, and we have the same maniacal people, just a different generation in charge now. And as I see it, if we don't have peace, which is very profitable, we're going to be engulfed in a serious war where no matter where you are and what you got, life isn't going to be worth living.
Well, I hope you're wrong about that very last piece, that life isn't going to be worth living, because I'm really doing my best to create a lot of fun up there too.
I know, but if there's nuclear explosions in the air, it ain't going to be fun.
No, it is not going to be fun. However, trees do help clean the air.
Yeah.
They do. And I think we'll have a minute, because somebody asked me when the regional banks started blowing up, how come I didn't go to my bug out location? And it's because the public needs to understand what's happening. I understand what's happening, and I'm only 2 hours away. So I'm in a very close, I can get there, and I have a bunch of different ways. You know, if it's in the air, there's probably not anything that I'm going to be able to do about it. And I do agree with you. War is something that 100% of the time comes with currency regime shifts. And, you know, World War I was that what, 1914? And when was the Fed coming into power? 1913.
Yep.
So do you think it's a coincidence that the era of perpetual central banking, because with the Fed, that was the first time it was ever a perpetual charter. Do you think it's a coincidence? Ron Paul said this. So I'm not going to be to the word, but he said something like, it's not a coincidence that the war, that the perpetual charters on central banks coincide with perpetual wars.
Yep.
Because, you know, I did a study on that, and you can see the time between wars grow shorter and shorter and shorter until 1989. We've been in a perpetual state of war, which has justified a lot of things. And, you know, the other thing that's really interesting that you said, because peace is very profitable, war destroys wealth, because there are two kinds of debt. There is self-liquidating debt. And so in peacetime, a business owner borrows money, expands the business, and that business then repays that debt, versus all of the debt that the U.S. has taken on to build bombs or this equipment. Look at what they left in Afghanistan, right? That is non-self-liquidating debt. And, you know, that's really what that difference is. But it's hiding what's really happening, which is this transition of wealth away from the masses.
Oh, yeah.
And this consolidation of power, to your point, where the same guys, I think what they're trying to do right now is engineer a controlled demolition. And we have to have a big enough crisis for people to be freaked out enough to accept the CBDCs, the next things that they want to cram down our throats.
Yep.
If you're dependent on them, what choices are you going to have? You won't have any. No choices. If you're independent of them, you have more choices. You can help retain your freedom.
Look, I agree with you 100%. You know, my first buy of gold was $187.50 an ounce back in the late 70s. And I've been buying it since. And I tell, what do you do with it? I said, you buy it and you put it away.
Right,
you buy it and you put it away. Buy it and you put it away. You buy it and you put it away. Buy it, put it away. And then when you get old, you got all this, that the prices have gone up. Have they gone up as if you were gambling in the stock market? Well, if you're really a big guy gambling in the stock market and a member of the club, yeah, you know, it would beat gold by, you know, many percent. But if you're a regular person playing the markets, you know, you're playing a rough gamble. So to me, gold is the number one safe haven asset. And Lynette, I want to thank you so much. And by the way, you said I said peace is profitable, and you said war destroys what? What did you say?
War destroys wealth because it's non-self-liquidating debt. You blow up a bomb, you making any money for blowing up that bomb? No. I mean, It's really a very interesting concept on debt. It's like, you know, it used to be, okay, maybe you would take out debt to get an education, then your education, you could make more money, right? But these days, we've been transitioned into credit debt, right? So you go out and you buy a blouse. What value does that blouse have once you take it out of the store? None. So that's non-self-liquidating debt versus self-liquidating debt. In peacetime, you can grow a business. So if you do take on debt, you can repay that debt with added earnings. But no, they don't want you to do that either. They just want you to be in debt and be subject to the system so they can control you.
As I say, we just become plantation workers on the global plantation of Slavelandia. When you and I were young people, there were drugstores, grocery stores, stationery stores, hardware stores, all gone. chains. The chains control everything, and they've chained us really good.
Oh,
And that's why you need to
yes.
get your own freedom. So thank you very much, Lynette. Great being with you, and let's do it again soon.
Absolutely, Gerald. Always.